one shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang, 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 gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become a daddy.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
52 blaster, 22 middle.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The Falcons at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ready.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Going to be rail. Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And some room to maneuver. And he takes us all the way down to the Bears' 19-yard line. That one good for 33 in the first. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Let's go now.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Right, 60. Hey, check Megan. Ready?
He'll look to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. It's Fields sliding out of the pocket. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive guy,
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On the double.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Come on, set.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Shot, 17.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Blue check. Smith red. Hey, green. Ready?
A right side run with Patterson. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Green. Black Ultra.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. And complete to Drake London. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Falcons! Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep. Richie Grant in on the tackle.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
from the 47. It's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
It's the score. The Falcons 14, Bears 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Here we go. Strikers, 3-3.
Now Patterson to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Into the hands of London. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Blue striker. Yellow.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
Back to throw now on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Fields going to get that out wide to Mooney. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They pitch it out to Montgomery. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Now it's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Touchdown, Bears! David Montgomery, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's London. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Patterson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hardy set to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so that the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That play doomed from the start thanks to the defensive effort of Grady Jarrett. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. All eyes on Fields. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Back to throw. Fields. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Okay, right? Number 38.
Back to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Velus Jones with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Bears 24, Falcons 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Eluding the pressure right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They've officially gone final in Baltimore. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season.
Right. Go red.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Back to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Ready.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go, back. Plastic stick. Blue. Black shot. Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Black open. Red cycle.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
There's certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. First throw in overtime by Fields. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself in position and let your kicker have at it.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 4 yards remain for second down. On second, here's Algier. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Come on, set.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Falcons, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.